Hey fellow Force users, what is up? It's Jasmine, the Ahsoka Tano fan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I've got my Bad Batch shirt on today. So that means only one thing, that it is Wednesday and therefore time for another episode of the Bad Batch. We are definitely getting close to the end here, guys, and the stakes are definitely raised. Whew, I'm definitely getting nervous. I've already said it many times before, but I don't know how the series is gonna end. For some reason, I don't think it's gonna be a happy ending necessarily, but we'll have to wait and see. So last episode, guys, we saw both Omega and the rest of the Bad Batch on their own mission. Obviously, the Bad Batch were working with Rampart to try and figure out the coordinates to Tantus, and they had that really intense scene at the end there where they had Echo infiltrate the ship and then they attached themselves onto that ship that was leaving for Tantus. So you already saw my reaction, guys. That was definitely a close one. They almost did not make it and almost missed the ship altogether, and that would have been really bad because Echo would have been on that ship for Tantus without his brothers. So now they are currently all on their way to Tantus, which is great, but we got to figure out what will happen with Echo, as one of you actually pointed out in my comments, because he is now on that ship. So there is the question, how is he going to be able to avoid being caught and also make his way back to the rest of the batch, to his brothers? We have Omega doing her thing and planning her escape with the other younglings. I did mention in the last video as well that I was questioning whether or not Omega could fully trust these kids, because they are children, so it is possible if someone were to catch on to what they were doing and ask them a few questions, one of them could break under pressure and give away the escape plan, but hopefully that's not the case. Yeah, guys, so that's basically where we're at now. We got to see whether Omega's escape is successful, whether or not Emerie comes around, and what happens with Echo and the Bad Batch as they are currently on their way to Tantus. Definitely lots to get to. I personally don't know how they're going to cover this all in the last remaining episodes, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyways, guys, I don't want to speculate too much. Without further ado, let's blast our way into the next episode and check out what's in store for us. Flash strike. All right. I have no idea what that means. If you just hear that battle music, you just know we're about to jump right into the action.
The base's scanners will detect us once we're on approach.
Then we'll detach from the science vessel's hull. Before then, the jungle's deadly.
Yes, exactly. At least listen to him.
How's Echo gonna get off that ship?
Exactly. Uh-oh. I was gonna say, that sounded like a droid that was coming.
Clone Force 99 infiltrated the orbital station with former Vice Admiral Rampart.
Oh crap, they're onto them.
We fled aboard a stolen shuttle when the science vessel departed.
Dispatch fighters to monitor airspace.
Oh man, this is not gonna be easy. They may not even make it to Tantus this episode. Maybe it'll be next episode. Oh. Never mind.
Multiple fighters inbound.
Oh my gosh, they wasted no time.
Information. They're expecting us.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, they're definitely gonna crash.
What is that?
She knows.
Laser cannons.
Follow lockdown protocols. I'll secure the lab. Monitor the children in my absence.
Your concern for the specimens is unwarranted.
Uh-oh. This is not gonna go well, because this lady, I feel like she's got her own agenda or her own idea as to how to handle the kids. So who knows what she'll do in Emerie's absence. Shooting as they're crashing? That's boss.
Rekka, grab the rappel cables. On it!
On what?
You don't want to know. Try not to hit anything on the way down.
You've got to be kidding!
Oh my gosh. I actually kind of feel sorry for Rampart. Is it just me? Or do you guys feel sorry for him too? It's definitely more than what he signed up for. But better than being on that camp, I guess. Oh my gosh, the way he screamed there. Ooh. I feel so bad for him.
The shuttle was shot down and crashed in the jungle. Our science vessel's on final approach.
Have the entire ship searched and the crew scanned.
That includes Echo. Oh man. Echo's gonna put on that uniform, right?
We're here to search this vessel and check everyone's clearance.
That was already completed at the orbital station.
Hemlock's orders.
Kind of hoping that Echo was one of those guys. I don't know.
Are you sure we're headed in the right direction? I've been here before. It's not a place you forget.
His hand again.
At least this time you're breaking in. I'd rather not do either.
Aw.
But Omega didn't leave me behind when she could have. I owe her.
Aw. Okay, it's a hunter.
Did Rampart make it? Unfortunately, yes.
I heard that.
Ha 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 ha. Look at Rampart's face. He looks legitimately so scared.
We're at the crash site. There's no one aboard. Commence a radio sweep of the jungle.
Boy. Please, Echo. Please be one of these guys. Oh no, that's him there. How's he gonna hide his lack of a hand?
You're not authorized to be here. Well, I was checking the manifest. What is going on here?
If anyone finds that droid, they'll definitely know something's up. Oh, he's gonna use his hand. Okay, smart.
Thanks for the hand.
That was a clever line. Thanks for the hand. Ooh, anybody else feel nervous? I feel so nervous. Okay, so at least he's off. Now he can just fall in line with everyone else. Alright, Echo. So far, so good.
I need to scout out what's going on. Cover me. Cover you? What does that mean?
Aw, you can tell they've never been in combat before.
I'm counting on you.
That girl's trouble, though. That doctor, I forget her name. Scalder or something? Dr. Scalder? Oh my gosh. How's she gonna pull this off? Oh! She almost died. Wow. Please don't get hit by one of those, Omega.
You fall behind, you get left behind.
Why are they being so mean to him?
These good soldiers followed orders.
Depends on who's giving them.
Mm-hmm. True.
The Empire betrayed us both.
You're like me. Loyal to no one but yourself.
I've changed.
Mm-hmm.
Sure you have.
He seems a little doubtful. I guess he's trying to figure out where the vault is. So he's probably going to be the first person to see Omega. How did she not get lost in here, though? Look at that.
Do we go around? No, it'll take too long. Especially with dead weight slowing us down.
Uh-oh. Is he lying against a creature? Oh, I knew it. Just because of how it was moving. Those are the same creatures that Omega and Crosshair encountered, no?
No!
Blast fire will give away our position.
Position won't matter if that eats us!
Yeah, it's a tough one. Oh man. He needs to be careful. Oh my gosh. Come on, Rampart. Okay, just lead the creature towards these guys. There you go. This guy's gonna get himself captured, man. Oh my gosh, what did they tell you? Oh my gosh, how are they gonna get out of this one? Is Omega gonna be back there?
Doctor, I'm still hungry.
It will pass.
Bitch. But obviously, she was just trying to stall her to distract from Omega's absence. Alright, she's clearly not back yet. That's the Zillo Beast! Oh, so that's what they're doing. Wow.
I don't feel very good.
Run a diagnostic on SP-54.
Oh, so Omega's next, eh? I think she's going back now.
Your vitals are normal. You appear to be fine.
Is Omega back?
Can I go next?
Wait your turn.
She's back. She's too slick with it, but that doctor definitely has her eye on her. Be careful, Echo. There she is. Oh, Cotton 4K.
Troopers are not allowed in here.
It's a special security patrol.
Don't snitch, Emerie.
Echo,
Oh, she knows.
that's your name, isn't it?
Oh, I wasn't expecting her to say that.
Omega talked about you all. I'm Emerie.
Omega told us about you too.
Is she finally coming
We're
around?
here for all the prisoners you've been experimenting on.
I was doing my job.
You're a clone. How can you be part of this?
She's in the vault, but you won't get anywhere near there without my assistance.
Oh.
We're gonna free those children. You're going to have to trust me.
What children?
Oh yeah, because they don't know.
Omega's not the only child confined inside. this
Okay, alright. I think she's finally coming around, guys. Took her long enough.
What took so long? I found something big. I have a plan, and I'm gonna need your help.
Wait, is that it? Is it done? Oh my gosh, no. Oh my gosh, what? I need more right now. It can't be done. Notice the music is different too for the end credits. Yeah, we've heard this theme before actually. From the Clone Wars, I believe. Alright guys, so initial thoughts. Definitely that episode was building up the suspense, and it definitely felt like a setup episode for everything that's going to go down next week. They're now all on Tantus for the first time ever. In the past, it was just Crosshair, then it was Crosshair and Omega. Now it's all of them back together. So there's definitely going to be a big fight ahead, and that was the sense you got from this episode. So let's talk about Omega for a little bit. So first of all, it does look like the other kids are helping her escape. That was one of my concerns before. I didn't know if she could fully trust them or not. Not that they would want to intentionally put her in danger and put her in harm's way, but you know, they are kids, so it's possible if they're scared enough and threatened enough, they could maybe reveal certain information. But so far it looks like they are reliable. When Omega went behind the walls, she ended up having quite the big discovery, no pun intended. She saw the Zillo Beast, which we last saw in the Metamorphosis episode. The Zillo Beast is definitely involved in this cloning process. They're running tests on the children's blood, obviously, but probably also the Zillo Beast blood. There are certain traits about the Zillo Beast, such as how powerful it becomes and how much it grows, that might be of interest to the Empire, or specifically Palpatine. It does kind of raise a couple questions. One, in general, what is their plan with the Zillo Beast? Number two, Omega says at the end of the episode that she has a big plan. Is she potentially planning on breaking out this Zillo Beast? Because you know that if this Zillo Beast gets free, we've already seen the destruction and damage it can do. So that Zillo Beast would probably destroy the entire facility and wipe out a bunch of people, and that would definitely aid in their escape. So somehow I feel like that's what she's planning for the next episode. We also saw Emerie finally come around this episode. Finally, I've been waiting for this moment. I think that the children were definitely the breaking point for her. I think it was easy for her in the beginning to just do her work as a scientist and not really know the full extent of what's going on, because when you're working in that kind of way, it's easy to absolve yourself of any blame, right? Even when she sees Echo this episode, she says, I was just doing my job. It's easy to say that when you don't know the full extent of what your job actually entails and the effects that it's having on certain people. But I think when she saw that the specimens were children, she was forced to face the fact that this is who she's experimenting on and this is what she's a part of. And it looks like she is going to help him get into the vault, because she did say that he needs her assistance. At the moment, she's still the chief scientist, but I think that other lady, Dr. Scalder, I think is her name, is definitely going to be a problem for Emerie. The two of them have kind of had tension and have been butting heads for a little while now. Last episode, Emerie kind of had to politely put her in her place. And you see this lady time and time again call out Emerie for her attachment to the specimens. She always calls them the specimens, just like Hemlock does, whereas Emerie does say children, and she interacts with them a lot more. So I don't know if this lady is going to potentially get Emerie arrested or potentially killed. Either way, she's definitely going to be a problem though. And I guess they have different breaking points in general. For some people, that's enough for them to say, okay, what I'm doing is wrong. I need to disassociate from this. For others, such as Dr. Scalder, it's still in service to the Empire and for the greater good. So yeah, it's just very interesting to see what makes people come to the realization that the side they're fighting for is the wrong side. We saw the Bad Batch and Rampart make their way to Tantus, and they ended up crashing because they were shot down, obviously. You saw Crosshair and Rampart have an interesting conversation where Crosshair was talking about how the Empire betrayed them both. And that is true. That is something they both had in common. They both thought they were fighting for the right side, and then when they needed that side to return the loyalty, it wasn't returned. And so that was an interesting conversation. Rampart said to Crosshair, I thought good soldiers followed orders. And this is a line that we have repeatedly seen Crosshair say throughout the series. And this time he said, well, it depends on who's giving them. So you could really and truly tell that he has changed. And I will again say, I think that Omega has played a big part in that and allowed him to have hope again. And you see that he even says in this episode that he owes her, because when she had the chance to leave him behind, she didn't. So he feels as though he needs to rescue her when she's in need now. We saw that little fun action sequence as well with the creature. It's always good to have a, in Star Wars fashion, some type of creature fight. But we saw that Rampart ended up being captured, and we really have to wonder what this means, because he was previously loyal to the Empire and previously held high rank, but obviously now he's an escaped prisoner. So are they going to want to send him back to that labor camp? Are they going to want to execute him? Are they going to offer him some sort of deal that if he helps them go against the Bad Batch, they'll accept him back into the Empire? Will he see an opportunity and join back with the Empire? Or does he know that he can no longer trust them and be loyal to them given everything that's happened? They kind of have had a on and off bickering relationship with Rampart, but they have questioned a lot of the times whether or not they could trust him. So I guess now we're going to really see if they can in fact trust Rampart after all. And is he potentially going to end up in a cell with Nala Se? One of you in my comments talked about this and whether or not they would meet and what their interaction would be like, because Rampart did play a big role in the destruction of Camino, and that's obviously Nala Se's people that were targeted. So yeah, it should be interesting to see if they do meet and what that interaction is going to be like. But yeah, guys, overall, good solid episode. I would say my only kind of minor complaint, although it's not really a complaint, is that it felt kind of short given the fact that we are now approaching the final episode of the series. It seems as though they have so much to wrap up. I'm wondering how they're going to do it unless next week's episode is a lot longer, like an hour or something like that. We got to see how this battle goes down, of course. There's still some remaining questions too, whether or not we're going to see the return of certain characters. Is Ventress going to come back, or is that storyline done for now, and are we going to see that explored later on potentially in another show. What about the clone assassin? Is there going to be a big reveal, or was that just one of the other clone assassins that is going to be unnamed? Because they did kind of focus on that clone assassin for a little while, and now we haven't seen him for some episodes, and there have been some speculations as to who it could be. A lot of people think that it could potentially be Tech as well, so we got to see what happens with that. I'm really looking forward to next week's episode and having these questions answered, but I am nervous as well. There's a part of me that doesn't want it to end. It's been such a great series, and again, the fact that it's the final episode means that nobody is safe. Anybody could die, anything could happen. I would love to think that all the children escape and the Bad Batch escape and they all have a happy ending on Pabu, but I don't know if they're going to give that to us. Even if they do make it back to Pabu, who knows if everybody's going to make it back alive. Anyways, guys, as always, you let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode and what you're looking forward to for next week and what your predictions are. And as always, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week for the final episode of the Bad Batch series. Until next time, guys, take care and see you soon.